Hello, Sego. Hi everyone. I guess the best way to do this is to just jump into it, so I'm going to. I took some notes, so I'm going to refer to them, and then I have my dog on my lap. Sego. Hello everyone. Well, I guess the best way to do this is to just jump right into it and do it. My name is Kit Thomas. I'm an artist. I have a small business online. I am 36 and I currently live in California now. I actually moved from Akwesasne to here about 3 months ago, but I was living in Akwesasne for about 2 years. I am Haudenosaunee. I was born in Messina, but I lived off and on the reservation my whole life. I was moving around, pretty much. And then even into my adulthood, I've moved around too. But the thing about that is I've also carried a lot of weight, which is like depression. My mental health status wasn't the best, and thus, you know, as an adult, I resorted to a lot of drinking, heavy drinking, to the point where I consider myself an alcoholic. Most people, once I say that, like, it dead stops the conversation. Or most people, if we're out and they have a beer, they'll be like, "Is this okay?" And I'm like, "That's fine. That's your choice. I made my choice to stop drinking because, one, I wanted to save my life, and two, I did not like the person I was. I treated people horribly, and yeah, my health was suffering big time." I'm not really sure what this piece needs, so I guess just whatever I can come up with. I actually, like I said, I haven't lived on the res my entire life, but I've lived there enough to see a lot of things, especially within my family or other people's families, how like mental health and then even drug addiction, all that is actually intertwined with mental health. You know, myself, I wasn't mentally stable. I was actually diagnosed with bipolar disorder a couple years ago. So I actually wanted to talk about, here, you know what, my hair is in the way, let's do this. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Boom. I'm also lesbian, part of the really thriving LGBTQ atmosphere and environment that, you know, Akwesasne is totally supportive of, and you know, that's great too. Like there's all these kids too with a lot of mental health issues, like depression. You know, I know early cutters. I know people who are kids who are resorting to drinking, and now the reservation. You know, it's beautiful and sad at the same time. I loved going home because I hadn't been home in like 16 years. I loved going home because it was beautiful. I mean, the scenery, the people, the culture, and then that's the plus side. But then when you see the downside, where, you know, there's signs everywhere, like drug dealers go home, go away. You know, our kids, our future. You know, it's right there in your face. And then when you talk about it, it's like, oh yeah, it's gotten so bad. You know, like whoa, to the point where, like, I know a handful of kids right now who've been in jail, or, you know, former employees that I've worked with who've actually really been in a situation where, you know, they're going down and possibly their kids are going to get taken away. But yeah, I wanted to touch base too because, you know, a lot of suicide and mental health issues, addiction, all the above, kind of, you know, it stems from the same place, but like now it's 2017, and when I came back home, there's all these resources and programs, like Three Sisters programs, and when I went to the clinic, they had, you know, like suicide awareness, and there was more places to go, and, you know, for me, it was very easy for me to come home and then, you know, meet with a psychiatrist, meet with a physician, meet with a therapist. It's like all right there. When I was a kid, you know, I didn't even know what would happen if I mentioned to somebody like the word suicide. But here it's like, I like in the community, it's on billboards, it's like on the radio, CKON, the local radio, CKON. They actually have, not ads, but like they have in between songs, they'll put on, is someone thinking of suicide. Yeah, another thing I want to talk about, like, I can't speak for everyone, but I just watched this video that it was like word association, and it was all these natives, and they had the word reservation, and then people were just continuously like saying the negative aspects of it, so it was like bleak, oppression, everything's magnified in your face so you can't get away from it. And I think it stems there too. People who feel isolated, could use a friend, could use somebody to talk to. But I think that's what's changing about the reservation. Well, my reservation, I can't speak for the other ones. I've only been on a couple, but there's more resources, and I love that. You don't feel so alone. I actually went to a couple AA meetings too. I'm very vocal about everything I've been through, and in the hopes that one day, I've actually had people say that, they've come out because of me, or they saw me on this, or they saw me here, and then, that helped, and that's great, because if anybody's struggling, it's great to know that you have support. It's good. It's very good. That's why I loved going home. It had been like 16 years since I moved home, and I thought everything was bleak and oppressed. But this time, I left, like, I miss it. I actually do. I miss it. But, okay. I hope that's enough. If not, let me know. Once again, this is Kit Thomas. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. It's just like Kit Thomas Art. Great, thank you. I appreciate it. Nyawa, onagi.